Hello. Let's see if it'll.
Turn it back the other way.
We gotta turn it back the other way. 'Cause this is the only way it's gonna let us go live. You cool with this? All right, y'all. We live. We live. Hello, y'all. For those of y'all who are new to our YouTube channel, we are the Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi Show, and we are a dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube and on our channel. We talk about all things love, life, relationships, and pop culture, and from the millennial perspective and the Generation X perspective. So I'm Sammy Nicole, and this is my lovely mother, Fifi. And what are we going to be talking about tonight, y'all? We got to get used to this orientation for
Setup. Yeah,
setup. It's different. YouTube changed it. So just bear with this. But okay, what are we talking about tonight?
So we're talking about part 2 of Nesto. I want to say Ernesto, but Nesto Williams
And
Shirley Strawberry. Shirley
from the
Strawberry's
Steve Harvey Morning Show, and her husband, Ernesto L. Williams Jr.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a part 2 because more phone calls have been dropped. And we've been listening to the phone calls. Our part 1 video was done 2 weeks ago. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch our part 1 video live where we talk about Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams. The foolishness and the fuckery. Fuckery and foolishness. That's all I got to say.
It continues.
It continues.
So yeah, so for those of y'all who aren't aware of what we're talking about, so Shirley Strawberry is from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. She's a part of his morning show, and she does something called the Strawberry Letter. Basically, it's like people write into her asking for advice for usually about outlandish situations that they're in or relationships that they're in. And she's married to Ernesto Williams. They've been married for 8 years, and he is currently in jail for allegedly some very heinous
Everything
crimes.
we say is
allegedly. Having to do with children. I know allegedly he cannot come into contact with children or animals. They're accusing him of just doing a lot of things. All right. So he's been in prison, not prison, but he's been in jail for over the last year. And basically, someone at the jail leaked the calls, allegedly. Maybe not at the jail, but maybe somebody just looked up the calls. And so somebody looked up the calls between Ernesto and his wife Shirley Strawberry, his sons, his friends, and his girlfriend Sonia down in Florida. And they are now posting the phone calls to YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. Shout out to Phone Calls from Prison. She's dropping like the videos of the phone calls like every day, if not every other day. So basically, all the private conversations that Ernesto has been having while in jail they're basically being leaked, all of his calls. So basically, everybody in his business and getting to see what's going on with him.
So I guess all of the phone calls, I guess, are like, well, for me, when I listen to the phone calls, especially the ones that's including Shirley, I'm like, why have we been listening to Shirley do the Strawberry Letter for the last,
10, 15 years? Yeah, maybe, I think because she didn't really know what was really going on in her marriage. And if she did know, she chose to turn a blind eye. I think she was very green. But listening to those calls with her husband, she comes off as very like green and just square. Like she don't like, I don't know. She just comes off as very green.
And it's
and naive.
Very green, very naive. But then again, she also comes off as pretentious, bougie. Yes. I'm better. I can't be in this type of environment. I think one of the things that got me is when she when she was looking for a place, right here in Atlanta,
Metro
Atlanta area, and she was saying, you so allegedly Ernesto can't live in Fulton County. He can't come to Fulton County, which is a very large county in the Metro Atlanta area, and that's very concerning. But he can't come to the county, so she was like, "Oh, so you can't come to Fulton County? Oh, cause I was thinking about Buckhead." And Ernesto said, "No, you can go to Smyrna, Viney." She said, "Smyrna? I don't know much about Smyrna, but just some of the things I've heard. Like, girl, you don't have nowhere to stay. You are living in a room with your friend.
in your friend's house.
In your
With her
friend's
family.
house with her family. While your man is incarcerated. Come on, Shirley. Okay? No, I want to stay in Buckhead. And he continues to tell her, I can't live. You can live in Fulton County, but I can't. And then she says, well, you can come visit me, can you? And he was like, I can't. Them folks said I can't go to Fulton County now. Them folks said. And I'm like, come on, Shirley. Really, Shirley? So Buckhead, makes her feel like, that's where she belongs.
A Buckhead Betty. That's what she kind of reminds me of.
A Buckhead Betty. Exactly.
Or it's not Buckhead, Johns Creek, Alpharetta, Milton.
But that's still Fulton County, right?
Right.
So he can't even.
Or Roswell. That's where they were living before that house.
So he can't live in Fulton County at all. So what in the hell is going on? Because you all Fulton County. So that's south, north. I mean, Fulton County is a big county here in the Atlanta metro area. And why can't he live in Fulton County? So I'm like, it's just little things like that that makes me look at her with the side eye, and not having a vehicle. And then she's funny about what she wants to drive, and I'm not driving that. I'm not. No.
Well, she didn't want to drive his work truck because she said it was too big.
Yeah, and then he said
she didn't have any space to park it.
Right, but then remember he said, well, Lamont has an extra truck, or somebody had an extra truck, and he could let you drive that. And she was like, well, is it clean? Is it raggedy? Or is it nice? And I'm like, really, Shirley? It's just like
But the way she acted, you shouldn't have married that type of man.
Exactly. The way that Shirley Strawberry acts, how in the world did you marry a doggone allegedly career criminal? Because that's exactly what it was. He had been in 15 years prior to them getting together, and then locked up 3 times during the marriage. I mean the type of man that he was, and she connected with. Even when she's talking to him, she's correcting his verbiage, things that he's saying. It's just like, I don't know.
She saw a good-looking man and thought she could clean him up and help him. And
yes, she
they
thought
could, be that power couple.
But it's just scary, listening to the phone calls and just listening to, him and her interact. But the juicy part is listening to the calls with the girlfriend, Sonia. Now those are the calls where you really see who Ernesto is. I mean, his personality and his character comes out that he's a street dude. When he's talking to her, because I think she might have been allegedly incarcerated too before. So they kind of like connect with
it's like a homie lover vibe.
Yeah, it's like a homie lover vibe feeling. So they kind of connect, and and then not only that, Shirley is helping him with the case, and Shirley is paying the attorney, but the side chick is also talking to the attorney as well. So you got the wife that's calling the attorney to get information, updates on the case. And then you got the girlfriend that's calling the attorney getting updates on the case. And he's talking to both of them. Ernesto will hang up from Shirley and then get on the phone with Sonia and discuss his case with her. So it's just like, at what point I wanted to Shirley find out all this was happening. Because the calls in December, his whole demeanor changed. It was like he just had a drop in the energy. So I'm thinking sometime in December, she probably actually found out about the side chick. But I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. It's just. My thing is, did she really not know who she was married to, or did she just not want to accept the fact who she was married to? I mean, at some point she had to have known, right? Who he was hanging out with, because his friend Lamont
and his sons. She probably thought he was a changed man, and people deserve second chances. That's interesting. I definitely, to me, it sounds like he married Shirley allegedly to make a come up, and that.
For sure.
I don't really think he was necessarily into her like that, but he knew that. What's the term everybody likes to use on social media when we talk about relationships? She brought a lot to the table.
Yeah.
And so it just made sense to go with her.
And to be with her.
To make a come up. And he did make a come up.
He did make a come up. Cause
I don't think he was genuinely. I think he definitely had ulterior motives when he met her.
Because
for sure.
He was able to get him a couple of businesses going, and then it's, if you listen to him talk about what he's allegedly charged with, he seems like he's the victim. I can't believe they doing. I know I ain't killed nobody. I ain't murdered nobody. I ain't done none of that. And folk who murder somebody get born. And it's just like, he thinks that what he did is not that, whatever they say he did is not what he did, and they just making all this up.
Yeah, I think in one of the calls he was like alleging or maybe insinuating that he was being framed or something. He had convinced Shirley of that. Like, what's so special about you? Somebody to frame you?
Yeah, because you've never been bad to me. You've always been nice to me. I just don't know what those people are talking about.
Yeah,
that's not the man that I know.
Yeah, she just. I don't know. It's just
that's not the man that I know.
And I'm sure too, she's probably feeling like defeated too. But like, I don't know. She just sounds like almost like a naive. How naive she is. It's like she's a child.
Yeah.
Like a young schoolgirl. That's what she kind of reminds me of.
In love, first time being in love.
A young schoolgirl that just wants to see the good in her boyfriend. That's what she kind of reminds me of. A young schoolgirl in love. And she just wants to see the good in him.
And she wants him to be out so they can be together. And he keeps insinuating that there's a possibility that they might not be together. Well, I just want you to go on. I don't want what I got going on to hold you up.
Because he really want to see that chick in Florida.
Right. He really want to get with the side chick.
And so anybody else who might take
anybody else. Because I want you to go on. You do you, because you got your stuff going on. And I don't want to stop none of that. And I'm like, does she not hear what this man is saying to her? Well, honey, what do you mean? We should be together. We're married. And I'm just, I just want to just shake her. Shirley, cut it out. I was like, just
she's
stop.
standing by her man. In her mind, she's standing by her man. She's honoring her vows.
It's
being a good wife. She just has blind trust in him.
It's just gotta be, an awful feeling for her at this point. Now that she knows what's going on.
And everybody else knows. She probably feeling mortified now that we all know the tea.
Yes. Because she had already said it was embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Even back, that was in October of 2022. when it first came. It's just embarrassing going out. You know, it's embarrassing. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. So I know it has to be like more just very uncomfortable at this point.
She's used to being the one spilling
Right,
the tea,
right,
the salacious tea, the
right.
gossip, and now she is the tea.
She is the tea. I don't think Shirley should
She-
read one more letter from nobody.
Yes, and it's taking her off her high horse too.
Right,
And you
right.
can tell she cares about her image and how she's perceived.
And how she's
That means a lot to her.
Right.
So for her to have lost everything behind a man, and then to find out that man is entertaining other women, telling other women that he loves them.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, at
gotta
the end
be
of the call,
devastating.
he'll talk to Sonya and say, "I love you. All right, talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Thanks for the collage, your pictures." And she like, "I'm gonna send you some more. Did you get your letter? I sent you some more." And then he'll hang up from her. Call Shirley, but the tone of the conversation is totally different.
With Shirley, it's more business. It's more, I'm doing this out of obligation. Like
Right.
I'm looking after you out
Right.
of obligation. Whereas with Sonya, it's more fun, more sensual,
Yeah.
more sexual. With
And
Shirley,
he even-
it's responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
And he even said that to Shirley, because Shirley kept saying, "Well, I gotta pay this and I gotta pay that. Do I have to still pay the insurance? Do I have to?" She was actually paying the car note on that truck.
Mhm.
She was actually paying car note and insurance on the truck. And she was like, "I'm doing a lot." He was like, "Huh. I did a lot too. I did a lot too. Huh. He told her, "I used to do," in other words, "I used to do a lot for you. So what are you talking about?" He actually told her that. I'm like, this slow down dirty. But at this point, I don't feel, after listening to so many calls, at the beginning, I'm feeling sorry for Shirley. But now that I know that, she thinks that Smyrna and Linings is not a good place to live, I don't feel sorry for her. You have nowhere to live, Shirley. And then not only that, you had to have somebody ride you around. His friend, and check this out, Lamont, the friend that actually knows the side chick, that actually will call the side chick for Ernesto, is also interacting with Shirley, helping her find another place, taking her to take care of business. And I'm like, what? It's terrible.
And the sons knew about the other woman too.
Yeah. It's just terrible.
And I know she probably feel hurt about that too, because she thinking they're her family. They're her friends too.
Mhm.
And it's like everybody knew what was going on.
Going on. Yeah.
But her.
Yeah.
And that was the messed up thing about it. She went to go get some water, y'all. But that was the messed up thing about it. And also, I just feel like on the calls, I noticed that he was more like open about what was going on with his case, with like his friends, his son, and with Sonya than he was with Shirley. And he was just basically like still leaving Shirley like in the dark, or he was like very vague with any updates that he had for her. So I just wonder if it's because he didn't feel comfortable. I think overall, I don't think he felt as comfortable showing all of his self with Shirley as he did with Sonya and of course his family and his friends. And so that may be another reason why he kind of gave them the raw truth about what was going on with his case and his feelings versus Shirley. And then also he may have felt like, because Shirley kind of comes off prim, proper, pretentious, buckhead Betty. He probably felt like she couldn't handle it. Right? She couldn't really handle that real shit. Whereas he could kick that real shit to Sonya, Lamont, his sons. But Shirley would maybe she's Shirley too square.
And then it was like he was living a
That's
double
just my
life.
interpretation. He was, yes, he was. It wasn't like he was.
Yeah, he was living like a double life. He had, Shirley, this thing going on with Shirley, and they go on to functions because they have so many pictures out there where they went to different functions and did different things, and I don't know, y'all. It's like a movie. And if Shirley was smart, I would sell it after all this is over with.
I'll write my book.
I write my book.
Get me a little TV One Lifetime movie. And keep it
I'm
pushing.
a big advocate on turning your pain into money.
Get paid for your pain.
Pain, yep. I'm a big advocate for that. So I think she should, look into maybe getting a little Lifetime. You think Lifetime will pick
Or
up?
TV One.
Definitely TV One.
Yeah, sit down with do an interview.
That's just the business major.
Yeah, see who you
It's
can
all
do an
at the
interview
end of the
with.
day. It's all business.
Tell your side.
Yeah. She need to, cause this is good, y'all. When them phone calls drop,
People are really anticipating it.
yes,
They be waiting for them calls to drop.
me. I'd be like, oh, call dropping tonight at 7, and it's good. It's like, and I'm not. I don't want to say that I'm
Basking in another woman's
yes,
demise. You're happy
demise.
about it.
I'm happy about it because
That's not the case.
the feeling has got to be devastating for her.
Very. It's like everybody was in the know but her. She was the only one left in the dark.
But then again, how can you be that naive at that age? How can you not see something? She had to have seen something, y'all. There had to have been one red flag or something that went like, bing! Something's not right. He not here. The car here. He didn't come. Something had to have went out. And her daughter had a big problem with him. The daughter, Sheridan, she had a big problem with Ernesto. She was not feeling him allegedly at all.
He wasn't feeling her either.
And he wasn't feeling her either.
He had
And
one video, he called her daughter a bitch. And then
A
other thing, he was like,
bitch.
the daughter. Or
The
he would
daughter.
refer to her, the daughter.
Calling her daughter. And he would actually talk to Shirley about her. Now, that's one thing. You're not finna talk to me about my child. And she, I know, honey. This man is talking to you about your child in a bad way, and you talk about, I know, honey.
Cause she feel the same way.
Because she feeling the same way. That's what it is. She feeling the same way about the daughter.
But why else would she allow
right.
to talk that way?
But come to find out, allegedly, the daughter has an issue with Shirley because, and I remember this, I remember listening to the Steve Harvey show years ago, and Shirley going home on the weekend back to, I think, Arkansas or Mississippi, it's one of them where she's from, where her mom is, going to see Sheridan. Sheridan has an issue with her mom because she feel like her mom gave her away to the grandmother to keep. And Shirley said, well, I had to work. And I'm like, Shirley, how many single mothers keep their children and work?
They do it all the time, every day.
I did it. Me, full-time mother, full-time job, full-time student, right here. And so Sheridan has an issue with her mother because she feels like she gave her to the grandmother and just left her.
I guess she feels abandoned.
She feels abandoned. And so she kept saying, I had to work. I don't feel any type of way about it because I had to work and take care of her. So that's why Sheridan is upset, allegedly, with Shirley. And then she goes to marry somebody that Sheridan really wasn't feeling. And Ernesto was like, well, she wants me to baby her. Mommy this and mommy that. Shh, I don't do my kids like that. So.
I'm like, well, allegedly you've been in and out of prison your whole life.
Exactly.
You probably weren't even down there to even try to baby them. Even if you wanted to, your ass wasn't probably even there. You probably was locked up.
And then that's when I had another problem with Shirley. When she had to start to talk to Ernesto about her child and she wasn't defending her child. I don't care what my child does or what you say she what I think she did, but you better not say it. Okay? You better not say it. And I'm not finna sit up and have a conversation with you about my child like that in a negative way. So I was like, And so that's when I had another problem with Shirley, when I heard her actually talk to him about her child, and and why her child felt the way she felt about her, because the child, like you said, felt like she abandoned her. She gave her to her grandmother because Shirley lived in LA at the time, and the child was somewhere, I want to say Arkansas. She was in Arkansas with the grandmother. And I remember listening to the Steve Harvey show, and Shirley mentioned, well, this weekend I'm going home to I'm going to see Sheridan for the weekend. So she would go back and forth seeing her on the weekend while she was somewhere working. Why couldn't you take your child with you and get, care for her, or make provisions so she could be with you? So I kind of understand, why
There's emotional disconnect between
that's where the disconnect came from with Shirley and her daughter.
And now she doesn't have a relationship with her grandchildren.
Beautiful grandchildren, and doesn't seem like she really has a connection with her father. Because the father came here and she never made it to connect with the father. So it's just, and then shows that family is important to me, and I don't like this. When you get out, we're gonna get this all situated because family is important. I don't like this.
You mock her.
I'm like, Shirley. Very pretentious. I'm like, girl, come on now. I just wanna,
But it's funny how life has a way of kind of smacking you upside your head. Yeah.
Giving you a reality check.
Yeah, that's a great way to put a reality check. I just think that's shocking. Everything that she worked hard for.
Everything that she's been on the Steve Harvey show for years.
She like everything. I'm like, how you lose everything? Like, oh, that's devastating. Not to chastise her, but just like shocking.
And then, she was having speaking engagements. She was on there. Well, I have a speaking engagement this weekend, and I'm doing this. I'm quite sure them speaking engagements are far and few in between now. I'm quite sure they are.
You think so?
She probably don't want to do any because she's embarrassed. Just hearing how pretentious she is and how she is on status, she's probably embarrassed. But I don't know.
Status is definitely image
and status. Yeah, image and status. And then she could barely get to the speaking engagements because she didn't have any money. Y'all, this lady literally was talking about she couldn't even buy. Junior got married last year, right? She was like, I need to, they're always on me. They're always talking, Ernesto so messy. What your mouth say today? What your mouth say today? Talking about Steve Harvey. Oh, he's messy. They're always saying something. Junior got married. I need to get Junior a gift, but my money, I really got to watch my money because I got to pay this and I got to pay that for you. Really, Shirley? Really? It's just like, it's unbelievable. It is just unbelievable how we put ourselves in situations. But not only did she put herself in a situation, it's like she had no clue. She had no clue. Now, there aren't any calls after. I haven't heard any calls after December of 2022. So from what she recorded, what the apology she did, she said she's no longer talking to him. And also other information that's out there is that there's no record of the marriage license or no record allegedly of the divorce being filed. And all of that is public information. You can look up divorces, you can look up marriage license, all that's public information. in the counties, and so people have been looking for that information, and there's no record of it. But she said that there were divorce proceedings in place when she did the apology to Steve Harvey. So people are really thinking, okay, is she really gonna divorce him? And in my mind, I don't think she's filed for divorce. I just truly feel like Shirley just feels like, this is it for her, and this is she acts like Ernesto is just the love of her life.
And then too, I think also she's 68, she may be 69
She's
now.
69 now, yeah. And looks good.
She looks good, but that doesn't mean that she's not thinking about, okay, I'm 69. I did good to get this handsome man. He's 10 years my junior. I don't want to go out there and have to date again. I'm hit the wall. I'm older now, so who's to say I'm gonna have another chance at love? She may be thinking that way too. Like, I'm almost probably sure she's probably had those thoughts. Like, who's gonna want me at 69? Even though that's
but
that
damn,
doesn't mean
nobody.
I'm not saying that she can't get someone. I'm just saying what I think she's.
I wouldn't be putting up with
if I
that.
had to guess. So she probably don't want to start over. I mean, hell, you got women half her age who don't want to start over.
And that's true, and will stay in situations like that in
Yeah.
40s and 50s.
And just deal with it. So she probably she want to stay.
Nah.
She probably was single for a long time before she met Ernesto, and when he came, he probably wooed her or swept her off her feet. He knows
He's
how
very
to be
charming.
Yeah.
And he's fine. Ernesto is a nice looking man. You with me?
He's a gentleman.
Very gentleman,
when you were
very
home, I never
loyal.
had to take out the trash.
Never had to pump my gas.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
You just did everything for me.
And she comes from that generation where they appreciate that.
Yes.
That was the expectation. That was the norm for them to behave that way.
Yes.
Chivalrous.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I don't know. I just, this should be a lesson learned for all of us. It should be a lesson. If every woman should be able to take something away from this, and that's why I say she needs to flip this. I would start doing speaking engagements, and
I start me a YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Do a reaction video.
Yes.
I'll be doing a reaction video to the phone call.
Yes. Because at this point,
yeah,
she might as well get over being embarrassed, because it's out there.
Turn your pain into profit.
Yeah. She said, I had to turn off my Instagram,
Her comments.
Comments. And he was like, oh, they've been reaching out. She said, yeah. I had to turn it off. It's just terrible. I'm embarrassed. It's just terrible. Like, girl, get over it. I mean, it is what it is, and ain't nothing.
Not girl, get over it.
It is what it. At this point, it is what it is,
Right.
and she might as well just, flip it. Ain't nothing you can do at this point but flip it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flip it. I mean, it's not. It don't look like it's going away no time soon, because these calls are dropping. I mean, these calls are like dropping every 2 days. Everybody is talking about it, and it's like, when is it? Is it gonna die down? But allegedly, Ernesto has not gotten a bond. Allegedly, and he goes to court again this upcoming week. Allegedly, to try to get a bond. Allegedly, so I am anticipating what's gonna happen. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, because I'm invested. I'm fully invested. I want to see if he's gonna get a bond, because I thought everybody gets a bond. And my attorney bae said that, not necessarily. I thought everybody got a bond, but from what I've been told by my friend, that's not always the case. So
evidently it's not. He's still in there.
He's still in there, and I guess allegedly he's still in Cobb County. They moved him from Fulton to Cobb.
Oh, he down at the Cobb County Detention Center?
I think he down there. I think he down there. So they ain't moved him. They just gonna let him sit, I guess. I don't know. But you know, we're not so invested where we pull up the public records and things like that. But there are people out there that have pulled up his records. Cause you know, it's all, you know, all that is, you know, you can just pull it up. But I don't know, you know, what's at this point, I don't know if he's gonna get one, you know. And you know, here's another thing. All the time Shirley was asking him, well, what happened? Well, what did they say? Well, have you talked to him yet? I believe he was talking to his attorney. And his attorney told him that he wasn't getting a bond. I think Ernesto knew more. His attorney was telling him all the information, but he just wasn't telling Shirley what was going on. I think he knew that he was not going to be able to get a bond, or because of the additional charges, allegedly, that were added. That's why he said he didn't get a bond. And he said the charges were additionally added, allegedly, by Sheridan. And that's why he never got a bond. It was her fault he never got a bond, because whatever she said he did caused additional charges, allegedly. So I think he knew, but he just wasn't telling Shirley, you know, because every time, of course, you know. And then here's another thing. They kept talking on these calls. They knew the calls was being recorded, but of course they didn't know the calls would at some point be released where the world could hear the calls. But you know, and like you said, he would talk more to the side chick about his case than he would Shirley. He would reveal more information to the side chick, and Shirley was the one paying the attorney. She was the one paying. She said, I paid him $12,500. I don't know why he's not calling you back. He has my hard-earned money. Somebody just shake off. I don't know. I sent him a check. I sent him a payment. I don't know. And then on this last call, did you hear him ask Sonia, did he say he got a payment? Did he say he got a payment? Shirley had stopped paying the man. Because he kept saying, he asked Sonia, did he say he got a payment? She was like, I don't know. I don't know. But they would talk about all kind of things. Well, tell me what you did today. Well, how your day been going? It was like he was more invested, more concerned about, you know, how she was doing and how her day was. As you know, more so than he was with Shirley. And Shirley was getting down. But one thing Shirley can do is quote them scriptures. You hear me?
Them Bible verses.
Them Bible verses. Now she baby, Shirley knew them Bible verses, and she did not get off that call without giving Ernesto one of them Bible verses. You hear me? But I ain't trying to be funny, but I wanted the Lord get her the discernment. She should have been praying for discernment. That's what she should have been praying for. Ask the Lord to show her about this man. That's what she should have been asking the Lord to do. Because it's too much, y'all. It's just too much to take. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And the length of time, he had already been locked up 3 times.
In 8 years.
In 8 years. And that's why I keep saying, come on. She had to, come on. So she just kept on. And that's why another reason that makes me think that she hadn't filed for divorce. What makes this time so different? Maybe the side chick. Maybe she found out about the side chick. But yeah, y'all let me know now. Let me know. Y'all think Shirley should do this, keep doing this strawberry letter? Or y'all think that Steve should just eliminate that out of the show? I just think that should be eliminated and let her do some entertainment news or something like that.
She was doing that too, her and Carla.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you think they're gonna renew her contract when it comes up for renewal? I don't think.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Cause we're all looking at Shirley in a different way now. I know I am. You know, I know things happen to people, you know, in life, but it's one thing for you to sit down and give advice on certain situations, you know. And if I was her, I wouldn't even want to do it anymore. I don't even know how she did it, and really, honestly, gave her true advice, you know, with going through what she was going through. I know she had in the back of her mind, I know she had to be like, you know, I really shouldn't be doing this because my shit jacked up.
That's interesting because she seemed very wise.
Very wise, yes.
So it's like you can see with others, but not for yourself.
Very wise, very opinionated on the letters and everything, giving advice, breaking it all down. I don't know. So y'all let us know. Should she continue to do the strawberry letters? And have you all listened to any of the phone calls? I mean,
what are your thoughts?
Should we have, I guess, it would be empathy for her or empathy?
Empathetic.
Yeah, should we feel empathy for her? I mean, or should we be like, girl, you should have known better, and I know you knew. You had to have known something. Y'all just let us know.
You know, she's in love. She wants to stand by her man. You know, y'all preach that a lot, standing by your man and holding your man down against the horrible system. So she want to hold her man down.
Man, ain't that much holding down and stand by your man.
Well, she wanted to stand by her husband. She wanted to honor her vows.
No.
Well, all right, y'all. Well, y'all let us know what y'all think down in the comment section. If you have been listening to the recordings on phone calls from prison, I think that's the name of the YouTube
phone
channel.
Calls from prison.
Let us know what you think down in the comment section. And how do you think things are going to turn out? Do you think Steve Harvey will renew her contract when it comes up for renewal? Do you think they should continue on with the strawberry letter? Do you think she should stay married? Like, y'all let us know what you think, okay?
Oh, and our next video.
Oh, yes.
The next video is going to be about older women going to other countries to seek love.
All right, y'all. So that's going to be the next video, y'all. Until next time, I'm Sammy Nicole. This is Fifi.
Or mature women, I'll say.
Mature women, okay. We are the Sammy Nicole and Fifi Show. We are a dynamic duo. And until next time, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.